Hello everyone and welcome to the Intra-Channel video tutorial series, specifically to the Revit MEP modeling topic. In this video tutorial, we are going to discuss how to lay out pipes in a plumbing system. In the previous video tutorial, we discussed how to create plumbing system based on the system classification, that is, for instance, cold water system, hot water system, or sanitary system. Today we are going to go one step further to now interconnect the different plumbing fixtures that were grouped within the different systems. So let's use the third room on level 21 guest bath as an example to explain how to automatically lay out the plumbing pipes. So in the system browser, let's locate first of all the domestic cold water system. So level 21 room 003, here it is. So you see that the system is automatically selected on the view. Now what you do, let's go to the modify piping system tab that comes up. You can see that you have system tools panel and layout panel, where you can generate layout or generate placeholder. We are going to directly work with pipes, so we are going to generate layout, and by doing so you are actually asking Revit to propose some pipe routes for you to decide what to use. So let's click on generate layout. It is taking a while to process the information, and you see that some lines are appearing. In this case, we have lines that are connecting the three fixtures because they all have cold water input. So what are the background processes that go on for Revit to propose those solutions? They are based on three types of logical reasoning that you can find from the option bar: generate layout, solution type. You can see right now it is selecting network. You also have perimeter and intersection. The network logical reasoning is based on Revit creating a bounding box around all the fixtures that are within the given system, then using a central line, here the blue one, the main pipe, then interconnecting it to the rest of the plumbing fixtures using the secondary pipes that are green on the screen. So you can browse through the different solutions that are proposed to see the one that best fits your design. So in this case, you can see solution 2 of 6, and so on and so on. You also have the perimeter solution type, in which Revit would also create a bounding box around the plumbing fixtures within the system. Then the main pipe this time is going to be around that bounding box with the secondary, branches connecting to the different plumbing fixtures. You also see that there is a new parameter that is set inset of 50. This is actually the offset from the bounding box that Revit is going to consider. In this case, for the 50, you can see for the shower that Revit went up to the bounding box, then had to offset back 50 mm so that it can respect that 50. Also here you see what is going on. If you were to tweak the values of the inset, you see how it dynamically changes to adapt to the values. In this case, for instance, this side you can see that the WC is the farthest away fixture. So this is what is going to drive the bounding box location and the offset to. So let's for instance set it to 0. You will see that now the branch is right onto where the connector is located. You can also put negative values if you want to get the offset away from the bounding box, as in this case. Now 100, you see that it is even further away. So this is how the inset governs how the branches are located around the different fixtures. The last solution type is the intersection solution type, in which Revit actually would have some imaginary lines stretching out from the different fixtures perpendicularly to the connector. Then their probable meeting point will be where the piping are joining. In our case, it's not so workable because the plumbing connectors are not going in direction perpendicular to each other or meeting directions. So it is more or less trying to do some network connection type. So that's it for the different solution types. You can see from the option bar that there is also another button for the settings, which is actually contains information as to the height of the pipes and the pipe types. You have settings for the main branch, the main pipe, and the branches. In the main pipe setting, for instance, you can set what is the pipe type. Here we have standard, but you can choose other predetermined pipe types, which contains the pipe material, the pipe routing information, and the settings. You can also specify the offset of the pipe, the default offset of the pipe from the level or the host on which it is located, and you can do same too for the branches. So now let's close the layout generation tab and discuss the different pipe types and some of the settings that we can do over there. To access the pipe settings, we can go to system and simulate drawing a pipe, and here are the different pipe types that are created in this project. So editing type, you can see that you have routing preferences that it is best to set. Actually, the routing preferences contain all the different type of joints that can happen between the different pipes, so that Revit would know what kind of fitting to use at different types of intersection. You have pipe segments. Should you cut a pipe in two, how do you connect the two segments? Or if you have a turn in the pipe, what is the fitting that has to be used for the elbow, and what is the minimum size or the maximum size? And you can do so for junction, if what kind of T should be used there, or cross, transition, union, flange, and so on and so on. These you have to set them from the beginning, so that when, for instance, you are doing the automatic layout generation, Revit can base on these rules to actually set up the layout for you. Coming back to the generate layout tab, the solutions that Revit would suggest may not always be exactly as you would like it. So Revit gives you the opportunity to make some minor changes by coming to edit layout. So when you access the edit layout, you can select individual or more than one pipe, then move it to suit what you would like. In our case, let's move this one back into the room and do same for the other pipe. We could have selected both pipes with the control, then set it as such. The 3D view can give us a better understanding of how the routing is laid. So from here you can see what is going on with the main branch coming from the middle fixture and joined up with the rest of the fixtures. And because we set the offset to -50 for both the branch and the main pipe, they are all at the same elevation. You might also want to change the direction of a line or even delete one. The way to do it, instead of selecting the line as we did previously to move it sideways, is to select the end handles of the different segments. Then you can move it in whichever direction you want. When Revit highlights some segments in orange, it means that there is some error somewhere and Revit cannot get it done. In this case, the reason would be this junction here. In our routing preferences, we set up that when we have three segments coming in that way, Revit should use a T fitting, which is 90 degrees. So it wouldn't be able to get this pipe to come in at that direction. If we were to set this line back to 90 degree, not yet. You see that now there is no longer an issue. Should I want to delete this line over here, even though it wouldn't be workable because of the angle issue, you have to move the end handle all the way to the next junction, and that would alleviate the segment that used to be over there. So these are some of the tricks that you can use when you are doing generate layout with Revit automatically. So in this video tutorial, we discussed how to do the layout automatically and what are the things that we have to keep in mind. Those are, for instance, the routing preferences that have to be set accordingly, or the solution type, perimeter, intersection, or network that you can use to get what suits you best. And if you still cannot get, browsing through the different solutions that will be proposed, if you still cannot get what you like, you can then use the edit layout button to do some minor changes to the system to get exactly what is preferable for you. Thank you for watching this video tutorial, and keep with Shanak for even more in-depth knowledge of Revit.